emergency rumbluffers. Well, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? But we do hope you found our North Down hand wash helpful in keeping the virus at bay. We have been feeling quite exhausted, so we thought we'd sit down with our turkey and just run through a few of the items that we've produced for your delight.
Well, there's been quite a lot of fighting. There's been the Battle of Prague and Waterloo and Trafalgar, featuring our battle piece pieces. We've had some marvellous help from our friends Ros and Chris and Adrian with our wonderful coloured pieces.
That's been really helpful, hasn't it, having them along?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been really great. We've also been celebrating, still on rather a military theme, General Suvorov, although of course we decided to do this with a delicate waltz and no less an instrument than the tambourine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Much to Molly's relief, we finally established that she is indeed, as a Labrador, a Regency dog.
And she's definitely staying here with us, which is a great relief to her. And then, of course, Chris, you've been entertaining us with all sorts of interesting characters.
Yep.
I think that probably Dickie Dung Prong was one of my favourites.
Yeah, he's a good bloke.
He certainly is. And then there was the boxer, wasn't there, who ended up at Waterloo, was it he ended up at?
John Shaw.
And then, of course, we can't forget that Chris really enjoyed making grog, and I enjoyed finding out more about it. And then, of course, well, how can we miss this one out? Undressing Mr. Darcy.
Which has been our most popular posting.
Well, no surprises there then, dear.
And I found out why a square piano is not a square, even though it's not square.
I think you mean it's called square, even though it isn't square.
That as well.
Yes, absolutely. And you've worked out what to do with your spare walnuts.
One has to find out what one is to do with one's nuts.
Absolutely.
It's important, isn't
Absolutely, but we've got there with that one, so that's great. Anyway, those are all the things we've been up to this year. What I'm waiting for now is my Christmas present, because I haven't had it. And Chris has said that it's something unique. He's actually told me as well that it's called a vaccine. But this isn't a word I've heard before, so we're going to have to explore this a little bit. So the vaccine, is that a new piece of clothing? You know, like a calash or a fichu, a vaccine?
Not really.
Okay. Is it a type of carriage? A barouche, for example? I've always wanted a barouche.
Not quite.
It's not. No. Okay. Dance step, poussette, perhaps, or an allemande, vaccine, allemande.
Look, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Presents aren't supposed to come with bad news, dear, so perhaps we'd better get that out of the way.
Well, the bad news is much.
The bad news is much. That's not making any sense. What's the good news?
The good news is it won't hurt.
So, the news is, overall, it won't hurt much. Presents aren't supposed to hurt at all.
Well, I know, but this one could save your life. I mean, have you heard of Mr. Jenner?
Mr. Jenner, hang on a minute. I know. He was the one who somehow managed to do something with Napoleon's troops, and then he got a medal.
That's the man.
Oh.
And I have managed to get hold of some of his vaccine in order to protect you.
Oh, okay. Okay, vaccine's brilliant.
It's a great present.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I think we should both have it. And as you said, dear, it doesn't hurt much.
Well, I think you have a point.
Oh, dear.
And on that terrible pun, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.